Hello everyone, welcome back. It has never happened to me that I watch something and I immediately sit down to write what I just watched. It happened when I watched this film. Netflix added the 1988 Studio Ghibli anime film Grave of the Fireflies to its September 2024 collection. A Studio Ghibli film can never disappoint me, and this film is no exception. I started with expectations, and this film did more than just meeting the expectations. Truth to be told, I couldn't do much to my willing eyes at many instances. Even as I record this, I still feel emotional. This is such a moving film told in a style that is long forgotten. Set in the period of post World War II Japan in Kobe, this is a survival story of two orphans, Sita, the teenage boy, and his little sister, Setsuko. Their father is fighting in the Imperial Japanese Navy and most likely dead. Their sole guardian, their mother, perishes in the bombing of Kobe. After their mother's death, they move to a distant aunt's place. Sita gives the aunt all the supplies that he saved from his home, except for one box of fruit flavored candies, which he saves for Setsuko. Setsuko is fond of the candies. The box of candies is the main anchor to the story. A lot is conveyed through the box of candies. The box of candies runs out eventually. Resentment grows soon with the aunt, and she starts ill treating the children. They are underfed. Eventually, Sita moves with his little sister to a small shelter. They live there on their own, and Sita tries his best to create a small world for his sister. Their days together as children, sharing whatever they have, is what holds the story together. Setsuko likes fireflies. The fireflies are the second anchor to the story. Their nights under the mosquito net are lit with fireflies. Sita provides with whatever he can. However, they are just children. The meager rations are not enough to survive. Sita does not have the means and know how to earn for their basic necessities in the war-torn country. Setsuko is malnourished and starvation slowly kills little Setsuko. Sita cremates Setsuko and takes her ashes in the candy box. Soon, Sita perishes too. While clearing his body, the candy box is thrown away from which Setsuko's ashes emerge and join the fireflies. Sita and Setsuko rejoin in the afterlife and watch the happenings leading to the end of both their lives as spirits. The imagery of the fireflies mirrors the children's lives, short lived, fragile, and filled with an innocence that is gradually extinguished. The film doesn't shy away from the harsh realities, and it is that honesty that makes it so compelling. It captures the innocence lost in times of conflict, and it is a grim reminder of the human cost of war, especially for those too young to understand why their world is falling apart. Takahata's direction emphasizes this as he contrasts moments of fleeting joy, such as fireflies lighting up the night, with the darkness and the death that surrounds the children. A tragic story which fills the heart with tons of heaviness throughout. Even during the children's happiest moments, you feel the voidness and the pain of what they are missing. Typical to Studio Ghibli creations, this film also takes the time to let us immerse in the settings. The minimalistic approach highlights the loneliness of children against the vast emptiness. As always, I find myself teleported to that setting and I start seeing myself in it. I feel the breeze, I feel the splash of water, I feel the heat, and I could even feel the mosquito bites. The background score does exactly what it is supposed to do, tug at the heartstrings. Enough has been said about this film both by critics and fans of Ghibli movies. In the beginning, due to the tragic nature of the story, this film was not talked about as much as My Neighbor Totoro, another favorite of mine. But over the years, Grave of Fireflies has built a fan base of its own for obvious reasons. This film is based on a semi biographical short story by Akiyuki Nosaka. Visually, the film is stunning, yet it is the symbolism and imagery that leave a lasting impact. One of the most iconic images is a portrayal of Sita carrying his little Setsuko tied to his back, is inspired by real lives that are not necessarily Nosaka's own. It is a symbol of weight, of responsibility, love, and despair. This image, seen throughout the film, becomes even more powerful when juxtaposed with real life photographs from wartime Japan. Ranked as one of the greatest war movies of all time, this is a must watch irrespective of whether you like anime or not. This is not just a war movie, it is a meditation on loss, survival, and the indifference of a world at war. It forces viewers to confront the emotional cost of conflict and reminds us that behind every statistic of war lies a deeply personal tragedy. This film is a masterwork of storytelling and visual poetry that will leave you emotionally wrecked but forever changed. A true classic that's as relevant today as it was when it was first released. Thanks for staying with me. I'll come back with my next review. Till then, bye bye.